Everyone. Today we'll start a new topic, that is vitamins and minerals. Before starting the topic, I have just prepared a functional slide, that is your first slide, which shows you that vitamins and minerals are studied into two phases. Number one is your chemistry and number two is your biochemistry. So if we talk about the chemical aspects of vitamins and minerals, we will be talking about the requirements, alliance, enrichment, restoration, losses and retention. When we talk about the biochemical aspects, we will be talking about the classification, sources, functions, deficiency and the biological roles of vitamins and minerals to the body. So before going up to the complete presentation, we'll start with the synopsis of the presentation or the lecture. It's like you will be starting with the introduction of vitamins and minerals, then we'll talk about the discovery of vitamins, then the sources, classification, functions of the vitamins and minerals in a tabulation form. We'll talk about deficiency, requirement, alliance, enrichment, restoration, fortification, losses of vitamins and minerals due to the cooking, optimization and retention of vitamins and minerals, relationship between vitamins and minerals in terms to the biological roles. So we'll move ahead with the vitamins. To start with, we'll start with the vitamins. Vitamins are the organic substance along with the carbohydrate, protein, lipid, fats. So they are the organic compounds required in the smaller quantity or the smaller amount for the normal functioning and the metabolism, that is growth and development of higher forms of living organisms. Vitamins cannot be synthesized by the body itself, so for the need of the vitamins you require the synthetic compounds or you require from the outer agents like plants and animals. Vitamins differ from the other biological compounds as they are required in the smaller amount. They are classified under the micronutrients. So if we talk about nutrients are classified into macro and micro. The macro contains carbohydrate, protein, lipid and fats. When we talk about micro compounds, they are vitamins, minerals, ions, enzymes and water. So now we'll talk about minerals. Minerals are the chemical elements or the chemicals required by the body to perform a normal functioning, but it is required in the smaller amount, so it is a micronutrient. Nutrients like minerals, other elements cannot be synthesized by the body itself, so they are taken up from the plants and plant get it from the soils. So it's a cycle where from soils it is getting to the plants and from plants it is getting to the animals or the higher animals. So most of the minerals required by the human diet or required in the human diet are come from the or are acquired by the plants and animals or from the drinking water. So there are at least 20 chemicals or elements which are required by the body for proper metabolism and support. Discovery of vitamin, it all started with the pigeon. What happens is a beriberi disease was observed in the pigeon. The bran was taken up by the fung isolated it and concentrated the substance. That substance act against the beriberi disease. The compound was finally isolated and known as the thiamine. The thiamine was the first vitamin by Funk in 1912. This discovery by the physician was released and thought to be a result of the infection, which instead arises as a vitamin deficiency. Just to make the lecture understandable and easy to learn, what I did is I have taken some of the flowcharts and diagrams. So to start with, I have taken a first tabulation diagram which contains the vitamin sources, the classification of vitamins and the deficiency by the particular vitamins. So to start with vitamin A, you guys know that vitamin are divided into two different classes. Number one is your fat soluble vitamins and number two is your water soluble vitamins. So to start with, I'll start with vitamin A. I'll enlarge the image. What happens? So if you take vitamin A, it is you can take the vitamin A from the sources like egg, butter, papaya, carrot, milk, liver and the cabbage. It is required for the natural normal growth and development, for normal night visions, healthy epithelium and anti-infective. Deficiencies by vitamin A are retarded growth, night blindness, diseased epithelium, dry scaly skin, cold, bronchitis, diarrhea and the last one is your zero pathogen. If we talk about vitamin B1, it is the water soluble vitamin. The sources for vitamin B1 is like pea, meat, potato, soybean, milk and whole grains. So they are required for the growth, appetite, normal intestinal function, nerves and muscular function. Deficiencies led by the vitamin B1 is like beriberi, loss in weight, loss of appetite, invariation, defective carbohydrate metabolism. Now we'll talk about vitamin B2. The sources for vitamin B2 are the green vegetable, custard apple, meat, cheese, soya bean and milk. When you talk about the functions by vitamin B2, it's the growth improvement, healthy skin, mouth and eyes. Then the deficiencies caused by vitamin B2 are the retarded growth, dim vision, photophobia, keratitis, blisters, tongue, premature senility. We'll continue with water soluble vitamins. So the sources for vitamin B are tomato, potato, peanuts, your banana and vegetables. It is a very good source for proper carbohydrate metabolism and the nervous system. Deficiencies for vitamin B are your glottis, dermatitis, psychosis and diarrhea. We'll talk about vitamin B6. So for vitamin B6 sources are dry fruits and nuts, peanuts, pulses, fishes, meat and milk. The basic deficiencies caused are anemia, lymph tissues, poor resistant against the diseases. It is a very good source for proper metabolism of amino acid, diseases resistance and the anemia. If you talk about vitamin B12, for vitamin B12, the best source is egg, meats, liver, cheese and milk. It is very good for red blood cells, that is RBC, nitrogen metabolism, healthy and nervous tissues. Deficiencies caused by the vitamin B12 are the anemia. For vitamin C, the best source is your guava, tomato, oranges, lemon, grapes and the amla. If we talk about the functions of vitamin C, it is good for the healthy growth, good gums and teeth, sounds for the vessels, rapid healings and resistance against flu and cough. The deficiencies caused by vitamin C are the scurvy, bursting of blood capillaries. We'll head towards the fat soluble vitamins. So start with vitamin D. The good sources are the egg, cold liver oil, milk, fish and sunlight. It is good for the proper utilization of calcium and phosphorus and the formation of bones and teeth. Deficiencies by vitamin D are rickettsia, poor growth, white teeth and bones and tooth decays. For vitamin E, the good sources are banana, green vegetables, soya beans, eggs, almonds and wheat grains. The deficiencies caused by vitamin E are sterility and muscular paralysis. It is a very good source for normal reproduction. If we talk about vitamin K, the good sources are tomato, soya beans, spinach, meat, turnip and your lucia. If we talk about the deficiencies caused by vitamin K, it's the hemorrhage and it is a very good source for normal blood coagulation and liver functioning.